She will not be unprepared. What's that?
Let me be blunt with you. After all this time, my tolerance for social graces is fairly limited. That doesn't bother you, I hope.
Well, shave my back and call me an elf. Bronca, by the stone, I barely recognized you.
Ogren. It figures you'd eventually find your way here. Hopefully you can find your way back more easily. And how shall I address you? Hired sword of the latest lordling to come looking for me? Or just the only one who didn't mind Ogren's ale breath?
Be respectful, woman. You're talking to a Grey Warden.
Ah, so an important errand boy, then. I suppose something serious has happened. Is Enrin dead? That seems most likely. He was on the old and wheezy side. Balin, is it? Twisted Cretan the last I heard. Not surprising he's done so well for himself. I don't care if the Assembly puts a drunken monkey on the throne. Because our protector, our great invention, the thing that once made our armies the envy of the world, is lost to the very dark spawn it should be fighting. The Anvil of the Void. The means by which the ancients forged their army of golems and held off the first archdemon ever to rise. It's here, so close I can taste it. 1,000 Balins could die and history wouldn't notice. I'm looking for the one thing that will return our days of glory. The anvil lies on the other side of a gauntlet of traps designed by Caradon himself. My people and I have given body and soul to unlocking its secrets. This is what's important. This has lasting meaning. If I succeed, the dwarven people benefit. Kings, politics, all that is transitory. I've given up everything and would sacrifice anything to get the Anvil of the Void. Enough questions. If you wish me to get involved with this imbecilic election, I must first have the anvil. There's only one way out, Warden. Forward. Through Caradon's maze, and out to where the anvil waits.
What has this place done to you? I remember marrying a girl you could talk to for 1 minute and see her brilliance.
I am your paragon. I needed people to test Caradon's traps. There's no way to break through except by trial and error. They were all mine, pledged to be my house, and they didn't want to help. They tried to leave me, even my Hespeth. But even she couldn't understand that when you reach for greatness, there are sacrifices, as many sacrifices as are needed.
Of course. Very well. Yes, as you say.
She shouldn't have gone. She was pledged to me. She swore she'd do whatever it took to find the anvil. There was no other choice. Most of them were dying of the taint already. But some of the women were transforming. I knew...
Darkspawn, beware! Very well.
Poor bastard!
As you say, yes, of course. It will be done. Yes, very well, of course. As you say, very well.
Yes? Something you need?
Darkspawn, beware! As you say.
Enough!
Yes, it will be done. Very well, it will be done. As you say. Yes.
Is that all you've got?
Yes, as you say. Very well, of course. It will be done. You have forced my hand! More foes approach. Yes.
Let's make this quick!
Yes, of course. Very well, as you say. Of course. It will be done, as you say. Very well, yes. It will be done, of course, as you say. Die quickly! Of course, very well, yes, very well, of course. It will be done, of course, yes, very well, of course, as you say, yes.
You forced our hand! Enough!
Yes, it will be done, of course, very well, as you say.
Trap right ahead. Here I am. Trap right ahead.
Let's crush them all quickly, shall we?
Where to?
Very well. It will be done, as you said, of course. Very well.
It fell for you.
As you said. Very well. It will be done, of course. Very well. As you said. Very well.
Your wish? As you like.
Of course, as you say. Yes. It will be done. Very well. Yes.
Now that's the way.
I got it!
Enemies ahead. Of course, as you say.
Can't they that? Glorious!
Very well. Yes, of course. Very well, as you say.
Make a preservers! Come and get it! Be careful!
Very well, as you say, of course. I have done it. It will be done, of course, as you say. Yes, as you say, of course.
Here comes trouble!
Yes, very well, it will be done. As you say. Of course.
I suppose violence is a solution. Sometimes.
It will be done. The task is finished.
I'll try to be merciful.
Let's end this quickly.
As you say. Very well, it will be done. As you say, of course.
Hold on. Hold on. Okay, now.
As you say. course.
Ready!
Finally, we get to the good part.
There we go. I am done.
Success!
You will be shocked. It will hurt.
You're gonna pay!
Yes, very well. Of course. It will be done. As you will. Very well. Of course. It will be done.
Let us end it quickly! I'll try to be merciful!
There we go. I have done it. Very well. The task is finished.
Yes, of course. I finished.
That's what I like to see. Again.
Allow me. I could do that for you. Just like you wanted.
My name is Carrigan. Once, longer ago than I cared to think, I was a paragon to the dwarves of Orzammar.
Carradine, the Paragon Smith. Alive?
Ah, there is a voice I recognize. Shale of the House of Kadash. Step forward.
You know my name. Is it you that forged me then? Is it you that gave me my name?
Have you forgotten then? Ah, it has been so long. I made you into the golem you are now, Shale. But before that you were a dwarf, just as I was. The finest warrior to serve King Valtor, and the only woman to volunteer.
The only woman? A dwarf?
I laid you on the anvil of the void, here in this very room, and put you into the form you now possess.
The anvil of the void. That is what we seek.
If you seek the anvil, then you must care about my story, or be doomed to relive it. Though I made many things in my time, I rose to fame and earned my status based on a single item, the Anvil of the Void. It allowed me to forge a man of steel or stone, as flexible and clever as any soldier. As an army, they were invincible, but I told no one the cost. No mere smith, however skilled, has the power to create life. To make my golems live, I had to take their lives from elsewhere. So said my king. I had only intended to use volunteers, but he was not satisfied. and soon a river of blood flowed out of this place. Finally, it was too much. I refused, and so Valtor had me put on the anvil next. Not revenge. The blow of the hammer opened my eyes. My apprentices knew enough to make me as I am, but not enough to fashion a control rod. I retained my mind. You were amongst the most loyal, Shale. You remained at my side throughout, and at the end, I sent you away out of mercy.
I do not remember.
We have remained entombed here ever since, and I have sought a way to destroy the anvil. Alas, I cannot do it myself. No golem can touch it.
No! The anvil is mine! No one will take it from me!
Shale, you fought to destroy the anvil once. Do not allow it to fall into unthinking hands again!
You speak of things I do not remember. You say we fought. Did you use our control rods to command us to do so?
I destroyed the rods. Perhaps my apprentices eventually learned to replace the rods. I do not know. But if so, then all they need is the anvil to make all the slaves they need. You, please, help me destroy the anvil. Do not let it enslave more souls than it already has.
Don't listen! He's been trapped here for 1,000 years, stewing in his own madness. Help me claim the anvil, and you will have an army like you've never seen!
Bronca, you mad, bleeding nugtail! Does this thing mean so much to you that you can't even see what you've lost to get it?
Look around. Is this what our empire should look like? A crumbling tunnel filled with dark-spawn spume? The anvil will let us take back our glory!
So it fights with Caradin? Good. That seems right.
Thank you, stranger. Your compassion shames me.
No! You will not take it! Not while I still live!
Bronca, don't throw your life away for this. Just give her the blasted thing. She's confused. Maybe once she calms down, we can talk to her.
Bah! You're not the only master smith here, Caradin. Golems, obey me! Attack!
A control rod! But, my friend, you must help me! I cannot stop her alone!
Enemies ahead. Very well.
You don't know what I'm capable.
It will be done. Yes, as you say, of course. As you say, very well.
You don't know what.
Yes, as you say, it will be done.
Shale of House Kadash. Is that who I once was? I find this difficult to believe. If I was this Shale of House Kadash, as Caradin said, there must be some evidence of my existence. There is. What Caradin said, it has allowed me to remember one thing. I believe I know where it's offer. I will mark the location on it.
Another life, Lord.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. Stupid woman. Always knew the anvil would kill her.
How is it that the woman was not able to disable me as she did you, Caradin?
I do not know. Have you been altered?
I once had a pathetic little mage of a master. He did something to me, experimented on me, and then I killed him, and it rendered me paralyzed.
Perhaps he was bringing forth old memories, and caused you to remember the time when you fought at my side. The paralysis you speak of always resulted when the Master perished. As for your free will, you were always a strong woman, Shell. I am pleased to see you remain such.
I don't know what to say.
Do not thank me. All of this is mine, but at least it ends here. I thank you for standing with me. Is there any boon I can grant you for your aid? A final favor before I am freed from my burden? For the aid you've given me. There. I do not wish to hear their names, nor anything more of them. I have already lived far beyond my time. I have no place here. You have my eternal thanks, stranger. A trust in all Tumsha. May you always find your way in the dark.
As you say.
Names. Long list of dwarves. Wait, hold on. We honor Fart Me a Lullaby. It's a memorial. If there was some way of getting this back to the Shaper at Norzimar, I bet they'd brown their trousers and pay good gold for it.
No. Perhaps it thinks I should. It may have. If there is some way to make a copy of these runes, I am willing to study them. Perhaps there is some...
Well, that pretty much beat the sod out of how I imagined it. You ready to head back yet and share the news? Yeah.
We must strike quickly. It will be done.
Absolute violence is a solution. Sometimes.
As you say. Very well. Of course.
I'll try to be merciful.
As you say. Of course. It will be done.
This is it. Kadash Taig. Perhaps. These ruins are always overrun by vermin. There may be something noteworthy further in, however. Was this the home once? Did I live here?
Straight ahead.
As you say. Of course. Yes. Of course. Very well. These are vile and tainted creatures. Yes. Of course, as you say. will be done.
Push them back!
It will be done.
I see nothing.
We must strike quickly.
Whatever was once here is gone.
Very well. Yes. Very well, as you say.
Here comes trouble!
Yes. Very well, of course, as you say.
Come and get it!
Yes, as you say. Of course. Very well, as you say. Of course. Yes. It will be done. Very well. As you say. Of course, yes. Of course, yes. As you say. Very well. It will be done.
Right ahead.
Very well. Of course. As you say, it will be done. Yes.
You know.
Yes.
Come and get it!
As you say, it will be done.
I'm trying to be merciful! I never liked this part!
Crawling with filth. Typical.
It will be done. Yes. Of course. As you say. Very well. It will be done. These are vile and tainted creatures. Yes. Of course. Very well. As you say. Very well, of course.
At your command.
As you said, yes.
You forced our hand. Come and get it.
Very well. Very well, as you said.
I'm uncertain what I hope to find here.
Enough! As for violence is a solution. Sometimes.
Yes. It will be done. Of course. As you said, very well. It will be done. Of course. As you say, it will be done, of course.
What is this? This, I remember. It has dates and names. And there is my name. Shale, I remember now. I remember Shale. That was me. Wonderful to remember being a soft, squishy... I will need to think on these things, I have learned. I've watched a lot of humans in my time. It should be aware that I have decided that it is not much like any of them. Surely it must come from some superior lineage, yes? Some breed of flesh creature that has decided to elevate its genetic stock above its natural shortcomings? Then that must be it. The humans have always spoken about elves being inferior. I would appreciate if it didn't spread around that I said anything. Humans might start to get the wrong idea. They might start thinking their race is not completely hopeless. Now, let us crush something.
Lords of the Assembly, I call for order. This argument gets us nowhere.
Then why these delaying tactics? I call for a vote right now. My father has one living child to assume the Idukan throne. Who would deny him that?
Your father made me swear on his deathbed you would not succeed him.
I apologize for the interruption, Lord Steward, but the Grey Warden has returned.
Well, Warden, what news do you bring?
Caridin was trapped in the body of a golem. This warden granted him the mercy he sought, releasing him and destroying the Anvil of the Void. Before he died, Caridin forged a crown for Orzamar's next king, chosen by the ancestors themselves.
I would like to believe Ogren's word, but it's well known the Grey Warden is Balin's hireling.
Silence! This crown is of Paragon make, and bears House Hortan's ancient seal. Tell us, Warden, whom did Caridin choose?
At last, this farce is ended, and I can take my rightful place on my father's throne.
Let the memories find you worthy. First amidst the lords of the houses, the King of Orzammar.
Do you acknowledge me as king?
I cannot defy a paragon. The throne is yours, King Balin.
Then as my first act as king, I call for this man's execution. Guards, seize him! You know better than anyone the war facing us, Warden. Orzammar cannot afford to be... Anyone undermining my reign is serving only the Darkspawn. I will return to my palace to gather my generals and prepare our forces for the surface. I will see you there, Warden. You have my gratitude for all you have done for me. You have proven yourself and more, Warden. Without your aid, I would not have taken this throne so smoothly or so soon. As all in Orzammar now see. My generals are already preparing for a mission to the surface. When you have need of us, you shall have every able-bodied dwarf in Orzammar. Since you did more than I expected, I offer a personal reward as well. This was a mall favored by my brother Trian. Take it with you, as a reminder of your ties to Orzammar. Now, I have much to do. If there is nothing else... Good luck, Warden. May we both crush our enemies.
The throne restored and legends put to rest. Incredible. If I'd heard it secondhand, I'd have called it a sodding lie. Warden, we've got a king because of you. The rest, impressive, but the Legion is grateful most for restored leadership. It frees us to fight to the Darkspawn properly. You'll have us too, indirectly. Our place is here. But when you break the Blight, we'll make sure the Darkspawn have a fine welcome home. It's more guaranteed than any surfacer's had. You alone have the skill to back up your words. Each of the Legion owes our homeland a death, but if our lives are better shed on the surface. Back to Orzammar when we win, though. I'll not stay topside to lose my stone sense.
News of the hour. Supporters of disgraced Lord Harrowmont take to
It speaks. It doesn't have better things to do. I did not think it needed to be said. It has never told me what gender it is, has it? Good for it. I am sure that to other creatures as soft and weak as itself, that would be perfectly... The truth is that whatever gender I was is irrelevant now. I am a golem. I have no gender. It will not become an issue. Good. Now, let us crush something soft and watch it fountain blood. That is a girlish thing.
I started to worry. I didn't know if you were ever coming back. You found them? Let me see. That's my great-grandmother's name. And her husband! Oh, great ancestors, it's them! I have to take these to the assembly right away. Find me there. Once these are acknowledged, I'll...
Disgusting. Someone stole from the Shapered. The memories of...
Most impressive, Warden. King Balin's ascent to his father's throne has been recorded in the memories. Is there something more I can help you with? What's this? A list of names. Most of these clans no longer even exist. Is this authentic?
You bet your hairy arse it is. Taken from a tablet in Caridin's fortress, no less.
Then is it true? The rumors of Caridin's so-called volunteers? Extraordinary! I would love to make a copy of this. The Shapered has never had much information on Caridin and his golems, much less proof of this magnitude. Warden, I hope this artifact from our archives will suffice as a reward.
My name's Orta. After the old Orton house. They gave our seat back. And the records show which houses still owe House Orton money. One day, I will be able to properly thank you for all you've done for me. I will. And I don't know what treasure is left, but whatever I get, you can have as much as you want. I'll have to find someone willing to look. Maybe a whole expedition. If the tide is still... House Orton will not forget this kindness. Didn't that sound official?
News of the hour. Lord Harrowmont arrested. Thrown into prison only...
Another generation of Idukins takes the throne. Thanks to you, we were on the winning side.
I would not have voted for Balin, but I trust my mother's judgment.
Well, I see what sort of company you've taken up.
You've returned. With all the excitement over the new king, Did you learn anything about my ruck? Oh, my poor boy. I guess I knew, but here. This is my husband's masterwork. I'd like...
They tell you what to wear in the chantry.
You have robes and such.
We will need to...
Herds of Balin pretenders. Tradition in Harrowmont must rule. Robes.
Very well.
What else?
Well, sometimes there are vestments and ceremonial garments.
Right. And then...
Why are you so interested in this? What?
Stop
Good day to
stalling. Naked or not.
What difference does it make?
The king just sent word. For my admirable taste in not supporting my cousin's rebellion.
Coin for the man who takes the warden down.
Yes. Of course.
I knew Balin would take the crown.
The king just sent word. For my admirable taste in not supporting my cousin.
There will be no new provings until the king announces it.
Executed.
No more matches until the new king decrees it.
I have thought about what the sister said.
Our last talk. And?
I would like the sister to explain to me the purpose of birds.
Birds? What kind of birds?
Any kind. The evil little demons that strafe the ground with their droppings. What reason could your...
News of the hour. Supporters of disgraced Lord Harrowmont take to the streets. Pandemonium increases by 10%.
You found it. Warden, you have my gratitude.
You're a bright spot in an otherwise dark.
News of the hour. Balin is king. Future of Orzammar secure.
Have you seen my lot? I'm only asking because you never... Right.
You're the best wrangler I've ever seen.
It's hard to believe we have a king again.
I suppose the ancestors truly...
Give me a moment. Of course everything's all right. Just give me one sodding moment. By the stone. I feel like I'm about to fall off the world with all that sky up there. Strange? Strange is your wife turning out to prefer the ladies, not living in a world without a bleeding ceiling. Well, let's get moving. We're losing, daylight.
Long live King Balin!
Oh, you want to see some of the best previous... Ooh.
I lied to you, you know, about why I left Orlais. I didn't feel like talking about it then, what happened to me. Maybe it will affect us, maybe not, but you should know. I came to Ferelden and the Chantry because I was being hunted in Orlais. I was framed, betrayed by someone I thought I knew and could trust. Marjolaine. She was my mentor and friend. She taught me the bardic arts, how to enchant with words and song, to carry myself like a highborn lady, to blend in as a servant. The skills I learned, I used to serve her, my bard master, because I loved her, and because I enjoyed what I did. You can say it was my fault. There was a man I was sent to kill. I was to bring Marjolaine everything he carried. I don't know who this man was. She gave me a name and a description, and I hunted him down. I found documents on his body, sealed documents. My curiosity got the better of me. Something told me that I needed to know what was in those letters. Marjolaine had been selling all kinds of information about Orlais to other countries, Nevarra and Antiva among others. It was treason. My life as bard taught me that my loyalties should be kept fluid. My concern was not that she was a traitor, but that her life would be in danger if she was caught. Orlais has been at war with so many countries. It takes a harsh view of such things, as I later discovered. I should have left well alone, but I didn't. I had to tell Marjolaine I feared for her life. She brushed aside my concern. She admitted her guilt, but said it was in the past, That is why the documents had to be destroyed, she said. I believed her. I kept believing up till the moment they showed me the documents, altered by her hand, to make me look the traitor. The Orlesian guards, they captured me, did terrible things to make me confess and reveal my conspirators. It was a traitor's punishment I endured, and at the end of it, all that awaited me was eternity in an unmarked grave. The skills Marjolaine taught me were good for something, at least. I broke free when I saw the opportunity. I did not seek Marjolaine out. If she thought I was coming for her, she would have me caught again. I was tempted to confront her. I was furious, betrayed. But what could I do against her? And so I fled to Ferelden, to the Chantry and the Maker. Ferelden protected my person, and the Maker saved my soul. And that is the reason I am here. The real reason. No more lies between us, at least in this. I do not think so. I have not seen a shadow of an Orlesian since I came to Ferelden. It feels good to have this off my chest. Thank you. Yes? Something you need?
Come to talk to old Ogren, have you? Don't know why. Nothing. I'm fine. Did you want to talk about something? What about? Oh, sure. I'm fine with it. I mean, she was a real firebrand between the sheets, but a bit soft in the skull, you know what I mean? Explains why she left, anyway. Woman was a few columns short of a haul, you know? I mean, she leaves me and flits about with that water-tart Hespeth. What's she got that I don't? Just the thought of the two of them together, kissing and licking and intertwined on the floor of the deep roads. Yeah, I'm just gonna go back to the tent for a moment. Excuse me.
Yes. I am hardly surprised. Very well. As you...
What do you wish of me? If you must. My mother has been hunted from time to time. Flemeth made a bit of a game of it, in fact. The Templars... I found the game. Flemeth would... And then the true game began. Often Flemeth would use me as bait. A little girl. 'Twas a game, and I, a young... Thankfully, I did not understand the danger we faced until I was much older. I had never heard of apostates or maleficarum. Is it true, then, that given enough time, the Chantry see... It may even be true. Still, those of us who prefer freedom see no reason to submit. An interesting answer. Enough of this talk. Let us return.
Unexpected. Thank you.
A fine gift. You have my thanks. Interesting. What have you there? A mirror? You could not know it, but I possessed something very similar long ago. I stole such a mirror from a village, and Flemeth was enriched. It is incredible that you found one so like it. I am uncertain what to say. You must wish something. You say that as if I should be accustomed to such a thing. I suppose I should say thank you. What do you wish of me? We are in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any.
Are you sure I can't interest you in this hat? A pair of it?
That looks fine indeed.
Interesting.
Unexpected. Thank you.
You have excellent taste.
Oh, marvelous.
Oh, how dear of you. Thank you so much.
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to... I'm sure you'll... and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. I'm Are you sure I can't? I'm...
Enchantment? Enchant...
Oh, why, you little... Your furry friend here took offence at me getting near his food. He snapped at me, look. Sometimes I forget that he's a... I once heard a really old legend about how the hound warriors in the days of the old tribes would feed their Mabari the... Well, that's what I heard. Oh, like you can tell the difference.